stepping. Yeah. But that was my niggas. I'm in you. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Yana. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them, dap them and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Gangster about that. You know what I think I know, my I think the only real gangsters left are Commanding General Yohana's men.
Right.
I think we're the last gangsters on earth.
Not at one time.
We got 5 women. We're always in a nightclub all the time. We're with the brothers. We're drinking liquor, and people are terrified of us. I think we're the last gangsters.
Right.
I think there are no gangsters, but the Israelite school of UPK.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
All right, shalom, Israel. Clap it up. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Barakatham, to all the brothers, Yahweh, Shemar, Allah, Thabah, Shem Yahushua, to all the sisters. This is the Israelite School of UPK here in Chicago, holding it down. You understand? The truth since 1969. You understand? Start out of 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York. You know what I mean? We've been teaching the truth that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true biblical Israelites. You understand? And today we're going over the Lashawan Qadash, was the actual Hebrew that was given down to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians from the Lord. You understand? So real quick, like we do every week, we're gonna go over the chart first. Then we're gonna get into we're gonna be going over some of the 18 nations in the earth. It's a lot of people that don't really understand how that every nation that's in the earth today comes from the Bible. Like every nation that you see today, like the Europeans and the Asians and the Arabs and all of these nations, they have biblical names. You know what I'm saying? They have a biblical background which they derive from. All right, we're gonna get into a couple of those names in the Hebrew. But first and foremost, let's go over this chart. As you can see, this is the Lashawan Qadash, which means the holy tongue. Lashawan meaning tongue or language, and Qadash meaning holy, which is set apart. Okay, this is a set apart language. And so right here, this top row is going to be the ancient Hebrew. It's going to be the ancient Hebrew, and these are all the characters. As you can see, there's no vowels, so it's going to point blank language right here. This is a language that should be relatively easy to learn, but granted, it's a little difficult for us in this kingdom because we've been taught and we've been institutionalized through English and Spanish and French and all these other languages that don't belong to us. All right, so anytime you're reading the Hebrew, you're always going to read it from right to left. Opposite of what you would know today when you read in English is left to right. So starting from the right, you got Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Tza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. All right, and then down below, you have the Assyrian Hebrew language, which will be pronounced the same way. The only difference is the bottom row here or the row under this one is going to be if the special characters, if the letter falls at the end of the word, it's going to be a special character, but it's still pronounced the same way. All right, so let's get into some of these nations. Any questions you have, drop them in the chat. If you need that screen, if you need the Lashawan Qadash chart with your alphabet and everything like that, just reach out to your nearest city, your nearest major city. You understand, and we can get that chart to you via email or however you can do it. Okay. No further ado, let's get right into it. Okay. So this is how we're gonna do it. All right, so we're just gonna so we got 18 nations. We're gonna start off with India. Let me break that a little bit smaller so I can fit all of it in. Blurry was just
Yeah, it looked blurry on the screen, but at the bottom, it's not blurry.
okay, yeah. That's good. All right. 18 nations. How many here? 18 nations. All right, we're gonna start off with India. India will be the what you would know today as East Indians, because of course it's closer to the east over there, near Europe. India, which will be we're not talking about the Indians today, who you would know as the North American Indians or the Seminole Indians that come from the 12 tribes of Israel. But these are a whole nother nation of people, the Indians that's over there in that land today. All right. So in the biblically, their biblical name is not Indians. Their biblical name will be Elam. You can look up Elam in the scriptures, and let me give you the Strongs for that real quick. You can go ahead and look that up. Okay, that'll be Strong H 5867. So if you want to look up who Elam is and their background, of course they are Shemitic people. They come from the line of Shem. After the flood, Noah had 3 sons. What was the name? Shem, Japheth, and what was the other one? Ham. Shem, Japheth, and Ham. And they all of the land was replenished through those 3 sons, and they were separated. So Shem has a certain line of people, then Ham has a certain line of people, and then Japheth. So Elam comes from the line of Shem, right? So let's get this in the Hebrew. Let's get it in Hebrew. In the Hebrew, it would be Ayalam. Ayalam. So first we're going to write it out in the Assyrian. Ayalan. Okay, it's in the Assyrian right here, Ayalam. As you can see, real quick, let me give you an example of what I was talking about when I was telling you this bottom row is a different character. See on the top here, the Ma is okay. So if you look on the top, the ma, this is how you would write it out right here. But then if it falls at the end of the word, it looks similar, but it's a closed. It's a closed, so it's no opening. So just remember that when you're reading Assyrian or you're writing it, you gotta pay attention to details with those five letters in the Assyrian. So I alarm. So now let's write that out in the ancient Hebrew. You got Ayalam. Okay. All right. If you notice the symbols I put under the ancient, those will be connectors, letting you know if the letter is going to be a singular, if you're going to pronounce it by itself, or if you're going to connect it with the letter beside it. So you see I, ya, lam. I is single, ya is single, and then la and ma is connected, which is lam. As you can see, I wrote it out right here. Okay, so that's the nation of Elam, which would be the so-called East Indians today. You can look them up in the Strong's H5867. Just type it in your Google, and it'll show you all the scriptures upon Elam and who they are and their customs and everything like that. All right, so let's get the next one real quick. Let's do Arabs. And these, I'm going over these nations in particular because it's 18 nations, right? But I'm gonna go on the ones that's prevalent today that the blacks and Hispanics would, see a lot of in our neighborhoods, like Arabs, Indians, and Asians, and all of these. We're gonna go through who they are biblically. So now when you're reading the Bible, you can come across these names like Elam. You know these is the people that's amongst us today. Just like we telling you that you Israel, you need to know who these other nations are as well. All right, so the Arabs, you will know today that's in the so-called Middle East, which is not a real term. They just call it that. Well, it's encompassed with Afghanistan, Iraq, and it's a few countries within that Middle Eastern zone, as they call it. But those people that you see was known as Arabs, and their biblical name is Ishmael. Ishmael, yes, sir.
Well, you guys, since Kamala Harris took over, and these Indians, they kind of proud, you know what I'm saying? So you get them calling, the robocalls, they be calling, you know what I'm saying? You really understand what they saying.
Right.
If you look at mixing social media, you look at how they be cooking stuff, man. They be using their foot, their hands, they real dirty.
Yeah, that's Elam. They disgusting. They disgusting, and that's heavy what you saying, sir. Because that's spiritual. Because we think that Kamala Harris is a black woman because of her skin complexion and because of her last name Harris. They think that she black, but not understanding when you do the research, her lineage goes back to her great grandfather was an Indian. You understand? And he had slaves in the West Indies. You know what I'm saying? If y'all do y'all research, these Elamites, it's a big population of them in the West Indies, in Jamaica and Trinidad. Like, you think our people is only over there, but they over there too, and they doing the same thing that they doing over here in America. They buying up stores and basically just milking us. You know what I mean? And they doing it all over the earth, man. So that's who Elam is. So Arabs once again is the Ishmael. Ishmael, pretty well known in the scriptures. Ishmael, he was in the story with Abraham. Let me give a little backdrop. Ishmael was the son of Abraham that he bore to that heathen woman that Ishmael's wife Sarah had gave him to, right? So Selected Hagar? Yeah, so Hagar. Hagar was Ishmael's mother. And they had to basically get kicked out from, the house of Abraham to go to another land because after Sarah gave her to her husband, she didn't want her there anymore after that. So, but that's the whole story. And you can read about Ishmael. Let me get you the Strongs on him. Bear with me real quick. That'll be in the book of Genesis, chapter 16 and verse 11. Strong's H3458. Okay, you can look up Ishmael and get the backstory on him, who would be the so-called Arabs today. And I believe Ishmael his name means wild man. That's why you see them being so wild. They strap up bombs to themselves and blow themselves up, and they just look like they belong in the jungle. You understand? You go in certain parts of Iraq and Afghanistan, and it just look like a deserted place. It's people that live there, but it just looks like it's abandoned, the whole country in certain places, right? And that's because biblically, they are the Ishmaelites, right? And they are known to be wild people, wild men. All right, so let's get that in the Assyrian. In the Assyrian, Ishmael would be Yashama'ala. 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 Okay, let's write that out. Yashama'ala. This is the Assyrian. I'm going to do the Assyrian first. Okay. Yashama'ala. All right. So now let's write it out in the this is a perfect time to see. As you see the ma, okay, this is ma in the Assyrian. So as you can see right here, excuse me, the ma is in the middle of this word or this name, I should say. And you can see how it's that opening. So, but it's the same letter, but when it falls at the end, it's closed. And so it's a different, it just looks a little different. It's a special character when it falls at the end. So just wanted to notate that real quick. So in the ancient, let's write it out. I'm gonna write it under it because I might not have room. Okay, so now let's write it. Okay, Yashama'ala is Ishmael in the Hebrew. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which would be the Chinese. Let's get the Chinese. Who will be the Chinese man in the Bible? That would be the Moab. Moab. Moab or Moabites. Moab was created through incest. If you read the story with Lot and his two daughters, I believe after fleeing from a city that was destroyed, you can go and read the story. A city that was being destroyed, you know what I'm saying? And they was in the wilderness, and they decided to. Lot's two daughters decided to mate with their own father. You know what I'm saying? So they can keep their legacy on, and that's totally outside of what Israelite culture is, right? You know what I'm saying? Of course, at that time, it wasn't no Israelites yet, but we had a custom that we didn't do things like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's their history. That's how they were put into the earth. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you see the so-called Chinese today as disgusting as they are. You understand? So the Chinese is the Moabites in the Bible. So let's get that where you can read about them in the scriptures. That'll be in also going to be in Genesis. Let me get exactly where you can find them at. Strong's. H41 24. Okay, H41 24. You can go read about that whole story. All right, and get more details about it. All right, so let's get it in Assyrian. Well, let's write it on the Assyrian. Moab will be Mawa'aba. Mawa'aba. Okay. Once again. Mawa'aba. Okay. Mawa'aba. So now let's write it out in the ancient. Mawa'aba. Let me redo that. Mawa Abba.
My good friends.
Yes,
And
sir.
these two areas, these Chinese, and why we they got these stores in our neighborhoods, these restaurants, and people buy chicken from them. Then I thought we was cooking chicken.
Right.
Why
Right.
we got to buy chicken from these guys? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they cook these all the way also.
Damn right. We supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, owning all of the damn restaurants in our neighborhood and the JJ's Fish and we supposed to be having soul food spots everywhere or Jamaican jerk food spots all over the neighborhood, not Chinese here and there. You know what I mean? So that's heavy what you saying, sir. And these are the people. That's why the Lord said that you know, we're gonna repay them for what they done did to us. You know what I'm saying? How they didn't they steal all of our economy out of us because we at a low right now, and it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back and get back at them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Chinese or the biblical Moabites, Mawa Abba in the Hebrew. All right, let's get the next one. The next one we're gonna get their brother, the Moab's brother, which will be in the English, of course, the Japanese. And of course, if you were curious, the Koreans, if I'm not mistaken, they will fall under the Japanese, and Filipinos and those people will fall under the Chinese. This ain't no history class, but I have to make sure 100%. But you know, all of those Asians, they come from Moab and Ammon. Okay, all of those different Asians that they have different tribes now, they derive from Moab and Ammon. Okay, so well, I just said who it is. So Japanese, in the Bible, these are the people of Ammon. Okay, also, you know what I'm saying, was born to Lot's other daughter. You know what I'm saying? One of the daughters had sex with their old cripply father that barely could see him and bore Moab, and the other one laid with him and bore Ammon. Okay? And Ammon in the Hebrew will be well, first let me get the where you can read about Ammon as well. It's gonna be right. Should be right around where Moab. Let me see. Should be right on Moab. Yeah. It's gonna be right there in the next verse. That's gonna be in 8. It's gonna be right in the next verse. 5983. Okay. Ammon in the Hebrew, I Mawan. All right. I Mawan. Right? That's in the Assyrian. I Mawan. So let's get it in the ancient. Okay. I Mawan. You can see I singular, ma singular, then the wa and the na. You're going to combine them, and that's one. So let's write it out. I ma one. All right. so-called Japanese today biblical name is Ammon, or the Ammonites, which is in the Hebrew is Aimawan. Okay, so I think we got 4. Let's take a quick second to take that down, screenshot it. Take your notes down, do what you got to do. Let's get another quick 4 in.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's where how you have the Down syndrome. I mean, that comes from, it says, I believe that's where they get those slanted eyes.
Yeah, and I doing some research about the Moab and Ammon. They also get them slanted eyes from all of the mountains that they climb in that over there in Asia. They got them for that. And what is it called? What is it called? What you was talking about? The Mongoloids. Yeah, those that's where they derive from. The Mongoloid people. Those are the people of Moab and Ammon. I forget what exactly. Yeah, they was created through incest, and that's why they got that sickness. Just like you would know today, if you lay with your brother or your sister, you know what I'm saying? Of course, that child more than likely is going to come out with no legs, or that child is going to come out with one eye looking, it's going to be looking counterclockwise. You understand? So don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's against the laws of God to have incest. Control your goddamn lust. All right, so let's get the next, get a couple more up in here before we end the class. All right. Those are 4 main ones that we see. Now let's get the one and only so-called white man, or the Caucasian. Why am I right?
Started off right, just so I get
Yeah, I gotta end it right. That's what I thought.
like Caucasian.
Yeah. Caucasian, or the so-called white people. Okay, so we can be clear. No, should know Caucasian people, but so-called white people, who would they be today? Okay, it'd be Esau. That's who they are biblically. The children of Esau. So-called white man, woman, and child. Esau. I actually misspelled that. Esau or Edom. Edom will be like the place where they at, and Esau will be their forefather whom they derive from. Or Edom will be their homeland that was not far from Israel. Okay, so Esau. Let's get the Strongs and where you can find that at. I already know that's right in the Genesis, the 25th chapter and the 25th verse, or the 24th. Yeah, the 25th verse. And that'll be Strong's H 6215. You can read about this devil. Okay. Of course, if you didn't know, Esau was born at the same time that Jacob was born. You know, Esau, you can read in the story in Genesis chapter 25. Really, if you read from like verse 20 all the way down to the end of the chapter, you get the whole story on the birthing of Jacob and Esau, you know, and how they were twins, but they were two different nations. You know what I'm saying? That's why, they came out of the same woman, but the prophecy was that they would come out and be two completely different people. That's why they one nation, and Jacob is going to be a different nation. You know what I'm saying? Because according to the Bible, these people are not the same people, even though they came from the same woman and mother and father, I should say. So-called white man is from the Edom or the Esau. You will know in the Bible and in the Hebrew, that is Adawam. 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 So let's write that on out. In the Assyrian first. Adawam. So now let's write it in the ancient Adawam. Adawam. Adawam, believe it means red because, of course, when Esau came out, you can read it in the scripture as well. It says he came out red all over, like a hairy garment. And Adawam means red. You know what I'm saying? And it said that he came out red to let you know it was a certain distinction made different from all of the other babies that was coming out at that time. You know, because if you read in the scripture, it doesn't give you the description when Jacob come out. It just said then Jacob came out. It don't say what color he was or if he was hairy or not hairy. So it was just letting you know that this was a different people. You understand? So once again, Caucasian or the white people you will know today, what they call themselves, so-called white people, is from the biblical name Esau, Adawam in the Hebrews.
It's like, if I could,
Yeah,
I can't stop laughing. I can't think about what Rebecca was thinking when she saw that the child man come out red with hairy.
Right.
Yeah, I could imagine.
She was probably like, "What is this? What is this?"
Right.
So werewolf, she didn't know.
Right.
Let's get one more real quick because it's 7 o'clock. I'll end the class after this one. Well, none other than, let's get the last one. Israel. Israel, the nation of Israel, which you should know today. And if you've been following the class, of course, you will know that Israel is biblical name. Well, let me switch that. That don't make sense. Okay. I'm just going to put it like this. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of Negro descent. Of Negro descent will be biblically known as the nation of Israel. All right, and let's write it out in the Syrian. That's block. Yasha'Allah, in the Assyrian. So now let's write it in the ancient. We'll write it under it. Yasha'Allah, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So with that, make sure you tune in tonight to the Round Table of Truth, hosted by Captain Marvel Quad. You know what I'm saying? Right here, live in Chicago. We're gonna be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. Also, make sure you pay your Passover fee. Passover is going to be in North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, April 20th. Pay your Passover fee, $200. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get it in. We're going to gather ourselves together like the Bible says so. You know what I mean? With that, that's my time. It's real shalom.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer